Hello, this is Planescape and welcome back to a house of many doors. I may have said at the start of the last episode, which I didn't pick up until I went to edit it and render it, a house with many doors. Now, in my defense, very quickly, this house does have a lot of doors. So potato, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be tomato, but hey ho, we won't dwell on it too much. Terrible start to the episode. Welcome back. Anyway, welcome back. I think this time around, we've had two fairly talky episodes. We just need to bloody well get on with it. We've got 17 fuel. Sanity is steady. Our hull is fine. We just need to go out into the big wide world and see what it's all about. So without further ado, let's crack on. The one thing I do want to do, though, before we disperse... I don't even know which way we're going to go. Let's pore over the map, eh? Oh, take your passenger to Eld Abrahat. It's a long way away. To the east. Do we do it? Do we do it? I mean, it's a mission, isn't it? It's a mission. We'll give it a whirl. I mean, we've got some cities here which we haven't really checked out properly, but we've got direction. We should probably take it, really. So we're going to go east. The one thing I do want to do, though, before we venture too far away, as long as nothing's going to come out and attack us straight away, no, we look good, is I just want to have a quick talk with all of our people and see what's going on. Oh, Bradley's still here. Why is Bradley still here? I thought he was going to leave. A fat round face man, we've done that bit. So, help sort through his files. He's lost something important again. This will increase your esoterica by 1 and cost you 15 apprehensions. I don't even know how many apprehensions we have. 23. We were saving apprehensions, I believe. Let's see if he knows anything about the City of Glass. Bradley puffs up his chest, very pleased to be asked his opinion. Well, obviously it was stolen or destroyed by some enemy of the City of Keys, he says. Maybe the Mycenae? I think that's how we say that. But other than that, he's bloody useless. Fantastic. We'll leave him to it. Right, so let's have a look at our crew. So we haven't really had a look at our crew yet, bar from the Doctor and Bradley. So we have, as our chief engineer, Viola Knox. She looks down her nose at you whenever you suggest she might do any work. She came second in her entire year at the academy, she tells you, and this job is beneath her. With a sniff, she resumes reading the newspaper. Great. Great. So we can do her job for her. That doesn't really sound like a captainy thing to do. Let's see if she knows anything about the City of Glass. Viola looks up at you, sighs, then looks back down at her newspaper and turns a page. Well, we're going to get rid of her as soon as we can. We know about Rotherford. Who's this? The light bearer. Panorama Vault. She was excellent at her job once, but a few too many journeys into unexplored parts of the house have sent her mad. Oh, great. Now she's paranoid and erratic, and her dire predictions and staring eyes upset the crew. Okay. And, yes. I don't want to be upgrading anything at the moment. I don't really want to be flirting with anybody. I hardly know these people. We haven't even had a drink yet. I don't even know half their names. A vanished city. Panorama shakes her head darkly. I don't believe it. It's just hiding. Alright, well, you're not very helpful either. We then have, as our guard capitan, that's Tybalt Balsamic IV. He's gangly and nervous and uncomfortable in his own skin. Contrary to what he may think, the fur on his upper lip does not make him seem manly. Yeah, I can't even see the fur on his top lip. So there we go. Again, we'll just ask him about the glass. This will be a dangerous search, says Tybalt. Hundreds of people have died trying to find the City of Glass. It can't be done. Well, you're great. We've done Bradley. Then we have, as our lookout, Finnegan Skip, the dashing, suave, Errol Flynn lookalike. A handsome, easygoing lad with a winning smile and a generous soul. Lazy as sin, though. Seems to be the run of our crew at the moment. They're all lazy feckers. Again, we shall just ask him about the glass. Finnegan shrugs helplessly. I wasn't even alive when the city was stolen, he says. How would I know anything about it? Good point. We then have as our navigator, Sandy Brackett. She looks like a feisty one. She greets you with smiles and hugs and frothy banter. The scent of her perfume is overpowering. Sandy is tutting loudly by your door. Her tuts increase steadily in volume and severity. Well, let's ask about the glass first and we'll take it from there. Oh, I know exactly where it is, says Sandy confidently. I went and visited there 2 years ago, actually. It didn't vanish, you know. It's still in the same place. It just made itself invisible to the unworthy. Okay, well, why are you tutting then, Sandy? And what is the meaning of this, she demands, holding up a bottle of cheap liqueur. Is this really the kind of alcohol you expect me to steal from your cargo and drink? She sighs, uncorks the bottle and takes a swig. Despite her expression of purest revulsion, she keeps drinking until half of it is gone. Despicable, she says finally, slurring slightly. Pure swill. I simply must introduce you to the finer things in life. Allow me to take you to my favourite restaurant, a delightful little place in Founder's Fire. I'll buy you and the entire crew a slap-up meal and a round of their very best drinks. So we've got a new concern. Increasingly desperate shenanigans. We've lost some blinding hooch, which we bought last time, which is fair enough, and our relation has gone up. She staggers a little as she walks away. Oh, okay, so I presume if we start buying stuff, these people will start having more interesting things to be saying to us. And then at the end here, we have, as our unwounded pilot, Bishop Landman in the bowler. Medium-sized, soft-voiced, grey eyes, grey suit, greying hair, and under a grey hat. He's so utterly unmemorable that you forget what he looks like as soon as you look away from him. And again, we shall just ask him about the City of Glass. Why should I know anything about that? Asks Bishop quietly. No luck. Okay, so concerns. What was it? What was it? City of Glass? There may be clues scattered throughout the house. Right, okay, so we don't know much more about that. And what were we just doing then? Increasingly desperate shenanigans. Sandy wants you to take you to a favourite restaurant in Founder's Fire. So I suppose we'd better find Founder's Fire first. Lots of F words there. How are we looking? Oh, let Sandy treat you to a meal. It's actually a little bit closer. So I think we'll probably do that first. And then we'll go and take the ghoul passenger onwards. So that being said, let's crack on, shall we? Nothing is really sticking out in this place. You see, I don't know whether it's worth the extra fuel just to have a sort of look-see around. I suppose all the rooms aren't that big, so we don't have to worry too much. Oh, lordy. Oh, something's going on down here. What be you? An abandoned cottage. A rickety old house from another world dropped into this much larger house without ceremony. Its ceiling has fallen in and rats scatter from the rubble as you approach. So we can enter it. The door is hanging from its hinges. Or we can go onward. There's nothing in the world less appealing to you. You order your crew back aboard the kinetopede. I think we should go in and have a look-see. Let's never turn away an opportunity to make money or find items or possibly die. So with that being said, inside the cottage you find an interesting tableau. Candle stubs, a faded chalk pentagram, a dozen oddly shaped skulls, a jar of newts. It looks like a ritual was conducted here long ago. Perhaps some unlucky fools summoned themselves to the house by accident. So we have the occultist paraphernalia. Alright then, well, off we go then. That was not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I'm keeping away from people until I know I've got a decent amount of gunnings. One gun doesn't really shout capable to me. But there is a wow. Some quite interesting monuments scattered about. And from what I read, much like I've read to you, they're just dropped here from other dimensions. It makes you... I'm just going to stay here a second. Those bats scared the bejesus out of me. Right, so we got away with that. Some sort of erect structure there. What are these? They look like gas stations. They're not interesting at all. So we'll just carry on, I guess. Nothing else. I think we'll go across one more, and then we'll have a peruse of the map. See what the bloody hell's going on. Which is not a lot. So. Oh, wow. So we've got at least another six squares to the east, I think, at the very least. I'm hoping we come across something, or else This could just be a lot of scuttering about, not really a lot more. Oh, there we go. Lovely, lovely. What are you? A ruined fountain. A mildewy fountain from another world. A chubby statue stands in the centre with an upturned jug, gazing at you moronically. The water at the base of the fountain is still crystal clear. Oh. So we can gaze into the pure water. There's something hypnotic about your reflection. Or we can leave it alone. No point risking a curse. You order your crew back from the kinetopede. No, I'm here to experience as much as I can, so let's gaze into it. Your reflection shimmers, splinters. It reforms as a grinning skeleton with a blood-dripping heart stuffed cruelly into its left eye socket. You fall back, startled. So we've got a haunting vision. And a sense of foreboding. So, hey, that's a win-win, I figure. Oh, my bad. You'd have thought how easy it is to get around, and there's no sort of letting go of the accelerator and then finding that you still travel forwards. I'd be able to control this and not hit rocks, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case at all. Oh, those bloody bats. Carnage and rust. Okay. We've come across something. A terrible battle raged here at the end of the glass reclamation. The floor is a pocked wasteland of rusted metal, rubble and bones. So we've got a test of vigilance where we can scavenge. We're at a disadvantage. We'll leave that. Take your ghoul passenger captive. Not worried about that. Travel through your fetch mirror. Can we not just leave? You can reach large cities. Yeah, I'm not too fussed by any of these. Not fussed by any of these. There's no shops or anything. Oh, we'll leave then, and we'll carry on to the east. Still, it's a marker, I guess. It's somewhere we can teleport to. Worst case scenario. So another 4, I'd say. At least another 4 screens to the right before we go down. This meal better be worth it. That's for sure. Something. Well, it looked like it was leaving. Where you going? Where you going? We'll go up. No, we'll go down. No, we'll go up. Are you just? It's almost like a homing missile. Oh lordy, he's got boosters. Boosters are not good. Run away. I mean, it's a cool colour and all, but run away. What are these things? They do look like large missiles. Please don't put your boost on. Because they can chase you, I presume. Well, those haven't, thankfully. Let's consult the map, since we've got a little bit of breathing space. Oh, we're going down now. Okie dokie. Well, this house is quite barren at times, that's for sure. Still, slap up meal at the end of it. Oh, God. Oh. Run away. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, he's going right over. That's cheating. That is cheating. Can we stay away? Can we stay away? I think we can, just about. Founder's fire. Boom. Where's my food? The capital city of the six-fold Principate, a magnificent sprawl dominated by the upended metal vessel around which it is built. Embedded nose down in the floor, the sleek metal founder spews unending flame. It has been plundered of its most valuable technology, and further exploration of its depths are reserved only for the prince's most trusted scientists. Floating above the city at a careful distance from the flames is the prince's personal palace, the Tower of Billowing Silk, a taffeta spiral within which the most exquisite pleasures are to be found. Ooh, juicy. So, a woman in rough-spun brown robes is attempting to attract your attention at the station. She waves you down desperately. Why not? Let's do it. Yes, hello, thank you. She grabs you by the arm and steers you anxiously to a quiet stall in the corner of the station, where she buys you a cup of milky tea. I need your help, she says. You'll be rewarded, I promise. I don't have much, but... She starts emptying her handbag out onto the table, creating a small heap of coins, cigarette packets, and a half-eaten tubes of mints. I'll do my best. Why me? Who are you? Well, I guess we'd better start by saying, who the bloody hell are you? My name is Bea, she says. I am a member of the Summoner's Circle. Just an apprentice, to tell you the truth. The Circle are a cabal of occultists who specialise in summoning from other worlds. They're probably the single most powerful group in the city, and an apprenticeship is highly coveted. So, well, I'm here to learn and experience, so what help do you need, Bea? She's clearly desperate. I can't say anything in public. You retreat to your kinetopede, where she finally takes down her hood and shakes out a tangle of drab brown hair. Her eyes are nestled in pitch black circles. Thank you, she says. For a moment she hesitates, fussing with her sleeves. I came to you because the prince's heart is missing. I mean, I could say who. I've kind of had who the prince has explained to me already in the fluffy text, but missing? Why haven't I heard about this? I don't know, Bea spreads her hands helplessly. It's been hushed up. No one outside the circle even know he's gone. The prince's heart is a tempestuous man. He's disappeared before, but never without making arrangements first to keep things running in his absence. I'm worried about him. I don't expect you to go out of your way, but just keep an eye out. She looks forlorn. This is more than just an apprentice looking for her vanished boss. This is either hero worship or love, or perhaps both. We could do a test of spirit, although that's probably unlikely, according to that. Where should I start looking? I suppose is a good answer as ever. I don't know, says Bea. I'm just an apprentice. Maybe you could start by asking the other members of the Prince's Council. The eyes or the hands, they must know something. Oh, right, so the Prince's Council are named after body parts. Got it. I actually thought we were looking for an actual heart at one point, which could just get up sticks and leave whenever it wanted to, but there you go. Let's face it, it's a weird game. Something like that could happen. Promise to find him, you'll think about it or refuse. Well, we might as well promise, I suppose. Thank you. Bea clasps your hand. I just hope he's in one piece when you find him. So we're looking for the prince's heart now. She leaves the kinetopede in a hurry and vanishes into the crowds at the station. So, before we do any of that, I think we should have that meal we were promised from Sandy. So, Sandy's favourite restaurant is on the intersection of Shipshade Square and Frost Casket Lane. The food is served in exquisitely small portions, and the waiters who serve it act as though they're doing you a troublesome favour. It's expensive too, hideously expensive. Your crew order the choicest dishes and finest wines, and Sandy looks on with delight. Finally, she stands up on her chair, coughs. I would like to propose a toast, she says, lifting her glass and simpering, to our captain, who has kindly agreed to pay for this meal. Bitch! Okay, so... yeah. Shall I react with outrage? Calmly finish your meal? Or take Sandy aside away from the crew? Let's pull it aside. Let's not embarrass in front of anyone. Although, she has just outed us. No, screw it. React with outrage. Your crew go quiet and uneasy, but Sandy is laughing. Oh, Captain, always the jokester. You know I don't have enough money to pay, even if I wanted to. So we can tell Sandy she'll have to work off the debt, sit down and finish your meal, or fire her. I'll tell her she'll have to work off her debt. I'm going to have her money. Her expression changes. Oh, don't make me work it off, Captain, she wheedles. Please, I have 7 children back home. You know, hungry mouths to feed. They rely on the money I send them. She lays her hand on your arm. Tell you what, I have something that can make this up to you. I swear. Something worth much more than a meal. Let's go back, eat our meal, then I'll tell you. If I'm lying, well, I'll work off the debt as agreed. Ooh! We can shoot her in the kneecap. Let's do that. Sandy's smile curdles as you pull out your pistol. What are you? A crack rings through the dingy air of the alley. Sandy shrieks. The bustle from inside the restaurant pauses, then resumes louder than before. No one cares. You leave her lying in the gutter, clutching her knee and screaming. The crew stare in horror as you sit down. So we've lost our navigator. We've got -50 relationship with her. And we've we've concluded the concern. Well, there you go. And we can't afford to pay for the meal, so we're going to run away. But at least no one else is going to fuck with us now. That was what I was thinking with that. Don't dick with the captain. Captain Padga will not take this line down. No. So, but can we take it running away? That is the question. So a test of guile. Here we go. You make a signal to your crew. You stand, go to the maitre d', and tell them that you're just going outside for a smoke. One by one, your crew desert the table, going off to smoke with the boss or take a piss, or simply wordlessly sauntering out the door. By the time the restaurant staff realise what's happening, most of you are back at the kinetopede, and then the rest dash off in all directions. You passed the guile challenge. So we have a droll recollection. And we don't have a navigator, but don't piss me off. That's how we're playing this. That's how we're going to be playing this now. Don't cross me, or you get a beating. That's how we do this. All right. So that was a close one. Right. So we need a navigator. we'll look into that in a second. What to do now? Gavin, I suppose we can gather some news with our monies. I don't know if I want to do anything else just yet. Let's gather the news first. Claims that the fire of the founder is dwindling have been dismissed as unpatriotic nonsense. The prince's heart has temporarily stepped down from leading the circle, citing health concerns. Priests of the gods forsaken have criticised the growing secularization of the principate. So we've got current affairs, which is cool. Well, the fire sputters and roars. Wouldn't do all that in a second. Our sanities are alright. We can bid for the prince's favour. It's the only way to get anything done in this city. You must find a way to make an impression. Submerge yourself in colour and spectacle. The principate celebrates rather than imprisons its new visitants. The city streets are a hubbub of bizarrely otherworldly fashions. We can repair our hull. I'm not too fussed by that. Take your ghoul passenger captain. No, he's alright. He's a stand-up guy. Or we can travel for our fetch mirror. Alright, so let's... Requires sellable information. Let's do the unsigned letter. You find in your pocket an unsigned letter. It invites you to meet a benefactor in a cafe on Ensign Row. He sits in the window of the Sludge Cup Cafe, a cup of coffee sitting untouched before him, watching. Always watching the streams of passers-by beyond the glass. There's only one eye in his hollow face, and it focuses on you as you sit at his table. I am the prince's eye, he says. You work for me now. The governor offers you nothing but ashes and lies. Trust me on this. He stares through the window. Look at them, he says bitterly. They don't know what we do for them. The prince's eye will pay you for secrets with guineas and reputation. Oh. Okay. So. Sell your unsettling conjecture. Sell a scrap of your scandalous gossip. How much do I have of each? We have just one. So I don't really want to sell them just yet until we know what exactly we can do with them elsewhere. So let's do the top one. Isn't this quite a busy place to conduct espionage? Come on now, says the prince's eye. They all work for me. Every regular citizen in Founder's Fire avoids the sludge cup like the plague. It took us 18 months to engineer coffee this bad. The prince's eye turns his mug upside down. The coffee slops out gently. In like a jelly, sort of. Just the same shape as it falls out. That's how I see it. He goes back to mournfully watching the passers-by. Okay, well, we'll leave it for the time being. So, we've met the prince's eye. Let's figure out what's going on then. So now we've met him, let's ask what he knows about the missing heart. He's sure to know something, even if he won't tell you. You don't find the eye, he finds you, appearing at your shoulders as you walk through a crowded street. I hear you are searching for the heart, he says conversationally. Follow me. He takes you to the Sludge Cup Cafe and buys you a pint of despicable coffee. One of his eye sockets is empty, the eyelid drooping over a hollow socket. The other eye stares from a gaunt face, the cheekbones sharp as knives. I am personally coordinating the search for the heart, says the eye. Your assistance is not needed, and to be honest, the heart disappears like this all the time. He is a man subject to his whims. Let the matter lie. Alright, he leaves the cafe. After forcing down the last of the abominable even coffee, you follow. Alright. Well, I suppose we better ask the hand as well. We can't take the eye, for face value. Ha ha ha. You catch the prince's hand just as he is leaving a courtroom. Both of the hands serve as chief justices in Founders Fire, receiving petitions and passing legislator. Legislator? That's how you say it, yeah. He is a handsome man of indeterminate age. His long blonde hair wrapped in a tight bun. His beard short and impeccably trimmed. His right arm ends at the elbow, and his suit sleeve has been neatly buttoned up to cover the nub. Two burly guards flank him, their hands resting on their pistols. Ah, you are also searching for our missing friend. The hand studies you keenly. Excellent. The more eyes, the better. Follow me. He takes you to his sumptuous, gold-curtained office. So where might he be? The prince's heart has vanished before, says the hand. Sometimes the stress of his position is too much, and he likes to go on these little impulsive jaunts. Last time we found him, he was on a fishing holiday in Gandola. Before that, he'd founded some kind of mad cult in Eld Abrahat. You might like to try those places first. Perhaps he's returned to an old haunt. Okay, well, I believe we're going to Eld Abrahat anyway, so that's good. You should journey to Gandola or Eld Abrahat. Awesome. So yeah, sanity's fine. The prince's eye, we're not worried about. Requires 5 reputation and the 6-fold principate. Oh, with the 6-fold principate, which I presume we have. So let's do that. Rumour has it that one of the prince's hands shall be attending a party at a grand estate in Blovia's Boulevard. This would be a perfect opportunity to get close to one of the prince's closest advisors. You don't have an invitation, of course, but that shouldn't stop you. Actually, that does stop us because we're at a disadvantage. So we'll leave that for the time being. Do we submerge ourselves in colour and spectacle? Sounds cool. Sounds cool. The heave of the city swallows you instantly. Alien beings of unrecognisable aspect glide amongst the crowds, attracting very few second glances. A clucking family of chicken-headed pygmies stream past you, arguing loudly. A man with the hindquarters of a zebra lies in the gutter, one delicate leg bent wrongly, begging for coins. A man with horns and charcoal eyes tries to sell you peanuts. You walk through tiny ghettos, some less than half a street, filled with creatures you've never even heard about. All of them cling to the relics and traditions of their old world. So we've got a cultural knowledge, okay? It's dizzying, breathtaking, heartache-inducing. You return to the kinetopede knowing that you've barely scratched the surface. Right, and that's pretty much here for that. As far as shops are concerned, we have a market where we can buy some fuel, which is alright at the moment. Burnished steel coat. The blacksmiths here are only rivaled in Ghoul Watch and the factory. Increases hull strength. Very expensive. We've got gunpowder. Merchants sit on barrels of explosive death, laughing and calling to passers-by. Risky enough in itself, and you hurry away when one sparks up a cigarello. And then we have dragon spice. The recipe is secret, but it certainly requires otherworldly ingredients. The spices enjoy very close relationship with the summoners. The Aranak silk from the Entermarch, highly prized and in short supply. I don't think we need any of this right now. In the summoner's circle, the prince's heart and his shadowy group of summoners will pay well for any information about other worlds. So we've had a glimpse of another world. You meet the summoner in a luxurious suite, and she listens to your findings attentively, making realms of notes. Again, we've only got the one, haven't we? He says. Glimpse of another world. Okay, well, I'll take your... She does not like us, Sandy. We'll leave it as is for the time being. We're not fussed. And then, what was the bottom one? The Prince's Menagerie. The Prince is always on the lookout for new additions to his zoological gardens. One of his hands is willing to meet with you. So, eggs of scientific value or zoological specimens. Newfound species or dangerous beasts. All alive, mind. Which sounds a lot more painful than it probably will be. And that's pretty much it. But we are sort of running around the times I want to start making the episodes for this, which is about half an hour. So we'll leave it here. Next time around, we will be going to drop off our ghoul friend and see what we can discover in the meantime. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.